Ryan Gass of PTP.
Hey Ron, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. This is Mike. I was calling to give you an update.
Okay.
So you remember who I am or not?
Yeah, Chandler, right?
You said what now?
Yeah, Mr. Chase Chandler.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chase. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, so, uh, so last time we talked, I was saying I guess, taking Merlin to court to be able to get my firearm rights back.
Right.
So, I did want him getting my HQL.
Nice.
It's just that, of course, had the lawyers have their little hash out, basically.
Yeah.
Arguing the law. So I got the HQL. They gave me my HQL, which gave me the right to be able to possess a firearm, which is excellent.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then they denied me on the concealed weapons permit. So I got a court date on November. But the thing is, I need a lawyer because what it is, the HQL basically, as you know, gives you the right to be able to buy a gun. And then the concealed weapons permit, as you know, gives you the right to conceal it. So it's two different guidelines that has to be met. So, cool. You met the HQL, so you are not a prohibited person. So we will give you a gun. But you can't protect yourself, basically.
Right.
So that's what I'm going to court. But just the other thing about it, since then I have got my FFL too as well.
Huh.
So now I am a Maryland gun dealer that can sell firearms too as well.
Right. But they won't let you carry it.
Which is crazy.
That's ignorant.
So that's one aspect of it that I'm fighting. Then yesterday, I received paperwork because I put in for my DC concealed weapons permit. Now, under my knowledge, DC was a federal state. That's what I thought. I'm not federally prohibited. I do have firearms in my name now. So I went down to DC, got my concealed weapons permit, paid everything to get the concealed weapons permit. They sent me out a denial letter telling me I had to basically email CBRL, some type of government organization, because it's broken down in two parts. Metropolitan Police Department, they register the gun. And then there's another department that gives you the concealed weapons permit. So if you don't have a registration, the other department don't give you your permit.
Right.
So when they sent me the letter, they told me I had to appeal to the people that gives out the permit. So of course, you know me, I expeditiously emailed them the same day. So then they said, nah, we dismissed it because we can't give you a concealed weapons permit unless you got a registration. So you got to email MPD. I email MPD. Of course, they tell me I got to email the other permit department. I'm like, what? Both of y'all said to email each other. So I put both of them on the same email.
Right.
So then the CR, whatever whatever their little letters they got for the permit, they email like, hey, look, MPD, y'all need to handle Mr. Chase.
Yeah.
Wow. So then MPD said, oh, okay. Then they said, okay, we'll get back to you in 10 days. I already knew they still was going to deny it. So they still deny it. Now, in my appeal, I put in that, I got my rights restored, and I'm not a prohibited person under state where I live at and federal. So I said I had concealed weapons. I do got a concealed weapons permit in different states, but I also have my FFL, which is federal.
Right.
So, I can, for instance, like let's say if I bought a firearm, it get delivered to me or my store get delivered to me. So if you was a DC resident, I could sell it to you, but I can't give it to you. I will have to take it to a DC FFL or,
right.
Send it to a DC FFL. So how do that work? Because that's what I asked the DC, the DC police officer. He like, well, they normally just send it. I'm like, I got a FFL. So then that's when oh man, with Benz though, we got our own guidelines on how we do this. And he was basically trying to make it seem like DC was the state. He actually said state in it. I'm like, I thought y'all was not a state. I thought y'all was federal.
Yeah,
And
district.
then that's, of course, right. But then, of course, that's when he said, well, that's kind of like the gray area. And basically he just said, basically I'm going to have to spend some money to get a lawyer to hash it out. But, of course, all of this gets expensive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you can't refresh my memory, what is the charge that you originally had that's making this whole problem?
So, theft. So, conspiracy to commit grand larceny was the charge back in 2008. Like the conviction date was in 2009. And to tell you the truth, what I got convicted of that was a felony back then, I got convicted under the law of $200 or more. So currently out in Virginia, it's $1,000 or more. So it wouldn't even be a felony under today's standard.
Right, right.
So, but the thing is, Virginia do not do expungements. Now, I do have my restoration of rights, and then I had to go to the courts in order to get my my firearm rights back.
Right.
But the thing is, it's on each individual state to take that piece of paper. Now, I did put in my pardon application, which I did in 2022.
Okay.
But the thing is, looking on the government site for Virginia, it lets you know, hey, your pardon application won't get looked at basically until, at least 2 years or more.
Right.
So it's not even giving you a defined date. So they just, in my opinion, they just make everything crazy difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Unless if you're rich and famous, then of course, you can get everybody to look at it.
Exactly.
It's also hard to find lawyers to want to do this type of case. And then some of the ones, like I remember I called, I'm going to name it. I know you're recording the conversation, but I'm going to put it out there because how it is. I called, gave them $250 just to talk to the lawyer. And in my opinion, I ain't really getting no information virtually for her to come back and say, yeah, so this when I was fighting the Maryland case, basically, because I had to file paperwork into Charles County courthouse, basically taking them to court. She wanted $8,000 just to do that case. Right, I said $8,000, and of course, this I've already paid the $250 consultation. If I gave you the $250, obviously I'm serious because I want to retain you. But of course, that was $250 down the drain because you're talking about $8,000.
Yeah. To
fight a case that it ain't even like she was giving me her plan on what she was going to do. And I'm like, $8,000, that's a lot of money. It ain't like I'm charged with murder.
Right.
So either way, I wound up retaining another law firm, paying nowhere near that.
Wow.
And, we did get my HQL.
Nice.
So that was perfect.
Good stuff.
So now, I'm just calling you. I know I said I was going to call you after we ain't talked to each other in a while.
Yeah.
So now we want to work. So Maryland actually gave me my HQL. We didn't even have to go to court. It was like, hey, look, we'll give you HQL. Just drop the case type deal.
Right.
And of course, if we went to court and they lost, this is my opinion. If we went to court and they would have lost, then of course now there's precedent on my particular charge on how you can basically, not get around it, but basically let them know why you're not prohibited.
Yep.
Because of course, not that much information is out there for it.
Right. Yeah. Plus, if they take it to court and they lose on that, then that's such a legal precedent going forward that they cannot, push back on.
Correct.
Yeah. But them, doing what they did. Now they can mess around with other people that have the same exact situation as you. They can still mess with them in the future,
Because unless if they pay for a lawyer.
Yep.
And as you know, who really got thousands upon thousands to go against the government, honestly?
Oh, yeah.
Because I spent thousands. If I had to say a number, I'm going to say at least $10,000.
Wow.
Because of course, you gotta go through training, then of course you gotta find different lawyers, and you gotta, everything that I filed, far from Virginia to Maryland and classes, just get super duper expensive. And I went through other lawyers, whereas, to do certain things, and some of them were successful, some of them wasn't. Because, of course, when you lose, then you gotta go through the appeal, and then a lot of times the lawyer that lose, they think if they don't know gun law, they be like, man, damn, okay, well, you want to do the appeal? Nope. They don't say no, but they just, what I went through, they stopped answering the phone.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
another thing. But so that's where I'm at now. So then I'm looking for a DC lawyer to help fight the denial on this side, because I'm pretty, like, in my opinion, I'm like 9 out of 10 from beating DC, because in my opinion, they're federal, and I'm not federally prohibited.
Right.
But DC got some crazy gun laws. I was talking to a police officer on the gun unit, because I was, like I told you, I'm an FFL. So
yeah.
I was out there today. I was like, so how did this work if I want to bring a firearm to a DC FFL? He's like, if it ain't registered, we take you in. I was like, what?
Even though you're a licensed dealer.
Man, they don't care. This is
all
I said. And this is another thing he said. Now, like I said, this is a police officer, and this is unit that he do. I don't know him personally, but this is what he do. He's there for guns, because of course, it's not crime. He's in DC. He like, even if you got your concealed weapons permit, let's say your concealed weapons permit is designed to take 9mm, and you got another caliber bullets in your car,
yeah,
you can go to jail for that too.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I said, what? That don't even make sense.
Yep.
Because I was like, so even if I had my AR, 15 mags, he was like, oh, those are legal. You can't even have an AR in DC. But if you got the ammunition in the car, you would definitely go to jail. I'm like, even in my case with the FFL,
yeah, man, DC's got some very ignorant laws, man. You thought Maryland was one thing, DC's almost a whole nother beast.
Yes. So, I know I'm talking head off. I apologize.
You're good,
man. Just wanted to call you an update, because I know, like I said, I follow you on your YouTube channel. I do see your trailers riding around, and I saw you at the Charles County when Charles County tried to pass basically something like the SB1 in Charles County, but they do it out. I saw you at that meeting. But, But, shoot, that's where I'm at. If you got any, like I said, lawyers, let me know, because I'm still taking Maryland to court on the concealed weapons permit. I need a lawyer for that one, for that particular case, and then I need a lawyer for the DC case.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find somebody.
What area are you based in?
White Plains.
Nice.
White Plains, Maryland.
All right, cool.
Man, maybe next time you come, we can meet somewhere. Maybe go to the range or something.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, maybe we can collab on some videos too.
Oh man, that'll definitely work. Me personally, if the information was out there, a lot of people, that's in my situation, and the thing is, in my personal opinion, my charge is, I would say, minimum as it comes. I mean, in my opinion, minus for theft, and it's non-violent.
Yeah.
But it's all the same. But I got the information. I don't mind, helping out nobody. Just like I can tell you don't mind. That's why you put the information out there.
Right.
But I mean, that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. If you want to make some more like videos and stuff, whatever, in the future together and whatnot, let me know and stuff. And we can get it right there on our YouTube channel. We're not huge as you see and stuff, but we got like 6,000 people and growing. So. Yeah.
I mean, with this felony stuff, because like I said, if you look on YouTube, it ain't nobody really that, because this murky water, one, because nobody really touch it, but then also too, it's expensive.
Yeah.
So a lot of people give up.
Yeah.
And even as far as with me, to get my Virginia concealed weapons permit, because I have one felony in Maryland, and I have one felony in Virginia. So once I got the Virginia paper from the governor, basically granting me my right, I had to get that Maryland charge off my background. So that right there was a whole nother process on going to court, because Maryland is not a true expungement.
Right.
As far as, well, that's what they classify, I guess, after the brewing or whatever. It's not a true expungement, so it's a certain way on how you got to file that particular type of paperwork to get that, be able to take it off your background. Then you got to get in contact with the FBI. And, there's a whole lot with it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, once I got all that taken care of, now the Maryland charge is not even on my background.
Nice.
Now, so the only thing on my background now is the Virginia charge, and that's because Virginia do not do expungements. But like I told you, the paperwork I got from the governor of Virginia basically, granting me all my rights, and I had to go through court to get my firearm rights back. It's on each individual to accept it. Most states, I can't say most states don't accept it, because I can't say that. I only can say the states that I went through. So
right.
I went through Utah. They denied me for my concealed weapons permit too as well. And I did appeal their decision, flew out to Utah, and then they told me basically it's a gray area, because I was like, well, I have a Virginia. At the time, I think I had a Virginia and a Florida permit. I was like, I got my Virginia and Florida permit, which would be valid in Utah if I conceal carry it, correct?
Right.
They said, yes, it would be. And I was like, okay, so what's the difference? Why you can't give me a Utah permit? And that's when they said it's kind of like the gray area, because of the fact you still got to fill on your background. That's what we go off of. And a whole lot of this now. I could have appealed that one and took that to court too as well, but of course, like I said, it costs money. So
yeah. And you flew out to Utah for the appeal?
I flew out to Utah for the appeal.
Was that necessary, or was that something you just wanted to do?
I was on a. Now, is it 100% necessary? I'm not going to say yes on it, because I really don't know. But when I was on the phone with one of the people setting up the appointment and all that, she said she never had an appeal turned over by somebody that didn't show up. So I bought that Utah ticket. Like I said, it was probably like around $800 that got spent, because the hotel room, that was anywhere from $100 to $200, and then the plane ticket was anywhere from probably around $300 going out there, and another around $300 coming back. So that's like around $600.
Golly.
For the airfare. Right.
You're definitely dedicated.
Correct. Well, because that's my thing. Like I said, I didn't know what I knew now. When I called the charge, I was 18 years old. Let's say 18, 19. Something around there. I'm still a kid.
Yeah.
As far as mindset-wise, but as far as the law-wise on that. But I didn't know what I knew now.
Yep.
And basically still being punished for it now. And you talking about, I'm a multiple business owner now, and with a wife, kids, and I'm still being basically held back. And in my opinion, it's my job to protect my family for any man, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not trying to go to jail either.
Yep. Exactly.
But at the same time, I have to be able to protect my family. So that's why I went at it so hard. And on top of that, like I said, I am married.
Yeah.
But my wife, she have her own firearms. So I didn't. Even though before I got my rights back in Maryland, she had her own firearms. But of course, technically, those have to be locked up under, basically locked up in her own safe, so I don't have access to them.
Right.
Because she's not prohibited. So as long as they was locked up and I didn't gain access to it, then,
yeah,
we was good. But I didn't want nothing to come up to, basically against her. That's why I was like, man, let's just make sure, even though she had lock boxes and all that stuff, but, like I said, I'm not trying to go to jail, but
right.
That's what made me go so strong.
Yeah, dude.
And still is going strong at it, because, in my opinion, this is my right, and this is, what I like to do too.
Yeah. Nah, man. Yeah. I my mind obviously on this stuff has changed over the years. But what I know obviously has changed over the years, and people, there's some mistakes that people shouldn't be redeemed from. If they're a child molester, if they are a violent murderer, blah blah. Obviously, they shouldn't be able to have the same path that you did. But people make stupid mistakes all the time, especially when they're young, that are non-violent, that are just dumb mistakes. and it shouldn't cost them their rights for the rest of their life, and also shouldn't be ridiculous. I don't think it should be easy necessarily, but it shouldn't be ridiculously hard to be able to have your rights restored if you've kept your nose clean, if you've done this, you've done that, you serve your time, there's definitely, and then that, you got to get that information to the people because, for the longest time, even doing what I do for a living, I didn't know. I thought that once you caught a felony or anything like that, you were done. There's no chance of getting your rights back. And obviously, I've learned a lot more about that since then. So it's definitely important that we get this information out to people that are maybe in similar situations who've been given bad information, and they think that their desire to do what you and I are doing, that it's not obtainable. If they knew it was attainable, there's people that would spend the time, that would spend the money to do the very same thing and be redeemed in the same way. So, I was only, I've been arrested twice, when I was 13, give or take, and when I was 18. And I never did anything to the point where I lost my rights at all. But I was one step, in one case, I was one step away from losing my rights pretty much for the rest of my life permanently. And I didn't know that then, and I didn't really care about it then. But I could have very easily been in your same shoes, and I'm just glad I didn't. I've just been fortunate.
Yeah, you are 100% right. See, now, that right there, when I first was going through it, that's what everybody was telling me. No felon can get their gun rights. Oh, you'll never get that back. Why are you doing that?
Yep.
And that's just me just keep pounding the pavement, not taking no for an answer.
Exactly.
And everybody told me I wasn't going to be able to do it. Come on, man. You talking about I got a felony on my background and got an FFL. Yep. How is that possible? What did you do?
Exactly.
But it's basically not taking no for an answer, and also paying for the knowledge, basically.
Yep.
I'm not rich, nowhere near it, you know, but it's just that it was just something that I wanted to do legally because I know where I am now and where I'm at now and where I came from, and I do not want to go back. So I was just like, man, I'm just gonna keep pushing the button, and then honestly, tell you the truth, right now is a good time. Only reason I say that because a lot of laws is changing, and for the better, for people to be able to have their rights, and we just basically got to keep fighting for it. Yep. And if we don't fight for it, they just going to take it from us. Because one thing for sure, Maryland did not want to give me my HQL, and that is a fact.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I didn't take no for an answer.
Exactly.
And that's where I'm at now with DC. But I got to find a lawyer that wants to do it, because every lawyer is not federally barred, and then every lawyer don't want to basically take DC to court on gun law when they probably can just get a criminal case that don't take as much work or legal reading to try to win this case. Yep. Like mine, because that's basically what you want to do, basically read the gun law and apply it to my particular case. But a lot of people just don't want to do it.
I don't know shit about DC when it comes to lawyers and stuff like that. But just off the top of my head, some thought that came to my mind is try to find maybe the lawyer that represented Dick Heller with those cases, and because obviously they work in DC, they know DC law, they fought, they've won in the past. Maybe they'll take on your case too. I don't know who that is. I really don't. I'm sure a little bit of searching could find it, but that's what I would do.
That's what I called you. That's what I called you. There you go.
Yeah.
Of course, shit, that didn't even come to my mind.
Yeah. Because they've won two cases. He had one when it came to the ownership of handguns, but also secondly, carrying of handguns. And that's the reason why anyone can even get a concealed carry permit nowadays, because of Dick Heller and his legal team. So that's, again, I don't know who that is. I can't say off the top of my head. I forget. But that's who I would definitely try to look for. And they may even take it on pro bono. I don't know. Because obviously, if they win another case like this related to firearms, that's just going to boost their reputation even more.
Right. And you are 100% right. I just got and I think my case is perfect for it, personally. Yeah. But I am going to Google Dick Heller case, who was the lawyer, and I'm pretty sure it should pop up.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully.
Absolutely.
Hopefully. But yeah, man, look, I ain't going to hold you. Look, you got my number.
Yep.
You got my website.
Yep.
You know, let's just stay in touch.
Yes, sir.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I know you said it earlier, but if you can, because I think it's Guns and Ammo 23. But if you can, like, text me all that and stuff, and if you're open to it, I'll include it in the video when I post it later today.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man. Shoot, you know, yeah. I mean, I'm with it.
Cool.
You know, I'm definitely with it. And then, yeah, I'm with it. You know, if you got any questions, of course, just hit me back. Let me know. I think that's about it. I mean,
sounds good,
of
man.
course, me putting out this information, I just gotta hope and pray that, you know, Maryland don't try to, you know, do any, you know, I mean, I don't know, that could be just me thinking.
Right.
Of course, oh man,
Yeah,
we talk about it, but yeah, you know, look, I don't mind getting out the information. I'm gonna text you my website and stuff, and I guess we go from there. I'm gonna give you an update too.
Cool.
And once I go to the OAH hearing in November, I'll let you know that too.
Yeah, and keep me up to date on that. Like, honestly, dude, if you don't have a problem with it, and if I have my availability, I wouldn't mind going with you, just sit in there and kind of listen and learn a little bit.
So that one is virtual. So how that work, I don't know. You know, see,
maybe if nothing else, maybe you could screen record it and we could share it on the YouTube so people can see and watch it. You know, I don't know if you're comfortable with that, but like I know it's nice sometimes for people to see the processes. You know, they've heard about them, but they've never actually seen them, and to see it play out in a Zoom call, that documents everything. It shows you, it shows the judge, it shows, you know, whoever else, and they can watch and hear it happen in real time.
Man, I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
I'm
if you're cool
not
with it,
opposed because the main thing is the reason why, in my opinion, the reason why a lot of these things go on is because the information is not even out there.
Exactly.
You know, and once it get out there and if it get enough publicity, then it's like, okay, well, you know what? Let's look at this.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of it is just swept under the rug. A lot of people just don't fight it tooth and nail because, you know, like I said, the lawyer with my HQL case, you know, didn't want to do the CCW case in a sense, you know. Now, if it's because maybe they don't think they're gonna win because Maryland law is crazy, you know. But
if you mind me asking, I'll probably omit it from the video. But who was that lawyer?
Cohan and Harris.
Okay. Yeah, I actually have talked to them once before, and I had them in a video.
Yep, you actually did. Yep. So Roland was one. I actually told him about you, and y'all wound up talking after that.
Yep.
And Roland, he is one of the few that will give you the real. You know, like, and that's one thing I do like about him. And he is not. If he don't think, you know, you got a good case, he just gonna let you know. You know, as far as what the law is, and that's basically, you know, and then it's like, look, I'm not the one that's gonna really take your money if I don't think that I really can help you.
Is that essentially what happened with the CCW case for Maryland?
Basically, yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's what it is. You know, you know, look, I told you, I'm gonna be transparent.
Yeah.
You know, now of course, dang, you know, me saying this, I don't want Maryland to get the leg up, right?
Right.
But it's just that, in his opinion, he didn't see a way around it, only because in my particular case, I got more than 1 year imposed. So under Maryland concealed, because Maryland concealed weapons permit and Maryland HQL is two different things. One is possession, one is being able to conceal it. So what Maryland position is, from what they saying is, well, you got more than 1 year imposed, so you don't fall under the concealed weapons permit.
Right.
You can possess it. You can, because I also got my collector's license too as well. Well, you know, of course, like if you wanted to, you know, I got my collector's license before I got my FFL, but you know, if you wanted to, like if I was bringing you my collection, you know, I can bring it to show you basically, because without that collection, of course, you know, all you can do is go to and from a gun range or to and from a FFL or shop to fix your gun. Mm-hmm. You know, it ain't, you know, other than that, you You can't have it with you.
Right.
So that's why I got the collector's license. And of course, as you know, the collector's license give you the ability to buy more than one firearm in 30 days. But a lot of people don't know that. They get the HQL, buy one gun, and say, "Oh, I don't need the collection license." You know, when actually you should have, because you never know. You might want to buy two at the same time or three, whatever it is. Now you got to wait months just to get it.
Yeah, exactly. I tell people all the time, I say, you know, you may not need it, but why not just get it? There's no training, there's no fingerprints, there's no application fee. All you do is pay $1.50 or whatever it is to get it mailed off to them, and you get it back in a week.
Right.
Just do it, and if you don't need it, you don't need it. But I'd rather need it, not have it, than have it and not need it.
So, correct. So, but that's basically what it is, and what Merlin's position is basically you got more than a year imposed, so that's why we don't got to give out CC though. So, Roland, I mean, from his position, he's just like, that's the statute. And I'm like, well, let's fight it. you know, shoot, let's fight it. But he like, I'm not the type to just take people money. That ain't me.
Yeah.
You know? So, that's what his position was. Now, and of course, Roland, he do other cases too.
Yeah.
So what his caseload look like, I don't know. You know, so if he got hypothetically 3 murder trials, then me is like, you know what? Look, Mike, look, I know you want your rights. We did something for you. He didn't say this. I'm just speculating to myself.
Right.
Like, you know, look, I can't do this, you know, because I got other stuff to do. But
no, I get it, and I respect it. Yeah, I get it and respect it. At least he's willing to say, hey, look, I can't do what I can't do. I'm not confident I can do what you're going to pay me to do, and I feel bad about taking your money, you know. So I respect that.
And that's his position, and all you can do is respect it, you know. And honestly, say the truth, I want him by my side. But the thing is, he also knows too, if we fight the CCW and Office of Administration and lose, he already knows, okay, let's file some paperwork in Charles County. Let's take this all away.
Yeah. But
he already know, well, he don't know. He's thinking that, you know, there's no way around it.
Right.
You know? But me personally, I want to fight it.
Right.
You know? So that way it can get out there. Hopefully they can change it. Yeah. Just like how they made laws to go against the Bruin decision, you could change this too.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly.
So, but that's where I'm at with it. I mean, shoot, you got any other questions? You know,
no, man.
Now we put everything out there on the table now.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it, man. And like I said, if you can text me your information, I'll include in the video later. And then, it'd be cool. And then, like I said, if you ever think of ideas for videos on whatever, like honestly, anything gun related, whether it's what we've been talking about when it comes to, you know, records and this and that, or anything, you know, let me know and we can put something together and we can put it on our YouTube and stuff and try to, you know, hopefully shed some light on your new business and stuff.
I'm with it. You know, look, I don't mind. Look, we can help each other, like I said, because I don't know nothing. Me personally, I'm not even. Like, before I started my gun business, because I know everything is social media related. Yeah. I wasn't really keen of putting, I ain't gonna lie, everything online. Yeah. You know? But the thing is, of course, me now, you know, selling firearms and stuff like that, I gotta have a social media following.
Yeah, it's almost unnecessary even.
Right. So, but, I mean, if you don't mind, shoot, I don't mind. You know, look, I don't mind sending a few times and we can collab on something where maybe we can put out different videos. And I don't know, we can sign a contract where, look, if you help me out in this, look, we'll go a year, 2, 3, 4 years straight, whatever it is, and I can just detail the process. You know?
Cool.
On everything, because of course we're not gonna be able to tackle everything in one day.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
so
for real.
So much information on everything, because I've been doing this since I think 20 or 2019. Yeah. Somewhere around there. So but yeah, look, I'm free.
Cool.
I work for myself 100%. I also transport vehicles too as well. You know, so like let's say if you wanted a vehicle that you bought out of North Carolina or something, you wanted it in Maryland or California. Yeah. You know, that's what I do. I can move that to my other business.
Nice.
Or I got tow trucks too, but I mainly transport. I got the capability to
Yeah.
tow a vehicle, you know.
Nice.
But that's what I mainly do. So,
Cool.
but now, so but yeah, man, shoot, just let me know. I mean, where area are you in? Do you mind?
I'm over in Colonial Beach, in Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you right over the bridge.
Yeah, but I'm always in Maryland, like always. Like I'm about to go over there this afternoon. I got to pick up a trailer, and I'm going down to Leonardtown. We got a class the next 2 days, so I got to go down there and get that trailer there and get set up and everything. So yeah, I'm always in Maryland, man.
Man, look, if you shoot a text or something, look, I'll drive down and then we can meet up.
Yeah.
Shoot, look, I'll bring some business cards too. Shoot, if you don't mind, shoot, I'll give it up. Your students gonna need a gun.
Yeah.
You know?
Cool.
You know, so because of course that's one of the requirements. And being though I just got my FFL, you know, of course they're gonna do more audits on me because I just got it, and they want to make sure that I'm engaging.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In firearm sales.
Yeah.
Of course, they just don't want you to get the FFL just to get, you know, your personal collections, and you know. But
Yeah.
The FFL, you know, was a process too.
Yeah, I believe it.
As well. So,
Yeah.
had to get DOJ involved and all that. So,
Oh yeah.
like I said, I got a lot of information, sir.
Cool, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll link up. We'll get that information out there, man, for sure.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna text you. You already got my name.
Yep.
Text you my website, and then I'm gonna text you. I guess I'm gonna text you my business phone number.
Yeah.
This phone number right here that I'm calling off of, you know, this is my personal one. This is the one I had for years. So
Gotcha.
if you call this 1,000%, you won't answer.
Nice.
I'm gonna answer the other phone too, but this one is always on my head.
Yeah, that's how I am. I always have both my phones with me. And what I'll probably do is, cause I always have one or the other with me, if not both. So what I'll start a group chat between you and both of my phones, and that's the best way to get a hold of me. Because if I don't have one, I have the other. But the group chat, well, you know, I can have the text code to both of my phones.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna text you. Like I said, I'm gonna text you when you get old, and then I'm gonna keep you up to date. But by me keep you up to date, well, you gonna have to let me know how much up to date you gonna want me to keep you, because it's a lot.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, because it's just a lot.
Yeah.
Trying to go against the government as a regular citizen that's not popular or rich.
Right.
It's super duper hard because a lot of governments don't want to either know the information or don't want to help you. So, for instance, DC today, you go down to the office to register your firearm or get your concealed weapons permit, but that particular building is only an appointment-only building. So, like for instance, I went in there because I told you they denied me with my concealed weapons permit. Then I might be getting too far into it. Like I said, I got a lot of information. Either way it go, they didn't even want to let me in the. Well, they didn't let me in the building. They didn't want to. They did let me in the building because I didn't have an appointment. But in order to get an appointment, of course, you're not going to get it today. Now, I don't care when you hear this message, if you put this on YouTube, you go to DC and go to concealed weapons permit, it might take you about 2 months to even get in there.
Yep.
But you only have 10 days to even 10 or 15 days, I gotta look at the paperwork, to even appeal the decision. You know, so if you want information on why it was appealed and all this other stuff, you gotta go through emails. Now, how long it's gonna take the email, I don't know. You know, but if you call a phone number, you're gonna go to a voicemail.
Yeah.
Now, granted, today I did talk to the lieutenant on my case, but the thing is, in my opinion, what he was saying really didn't make sense, because he was trying to make it seem like DC was a state in a sense, but I could be wrong. Maybe DC is a state. You know, maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I don't know, but you know, he was just going at it from that side. But the thing is, to get the help to go about it, to file appeals and all that stuff, of course, they're not going to tell you how to do it. And then, of course, you try to go into that particular building to even talk to the firearm registration officer or whoever it is. You can't even get the help because you can't get inside the building.
Right.
And the security guard going to tell you what it is. Look, call this number, make an appointment. No, you can't go past this entrance. And, you know, they ain't playing with you. If you think you're going to go past the entrance, I'm pretty sure they're going to lock you up.
Yeah,
so, like I told you, I ain't doing that, you know, and That's what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna text you, and then we're gonna collab. We're gonna talk. Like I said, then I can break down the information and everything for you, so that way we can basically get the information out there. So that way, whoever, because there's thousands upon thousands of people that's going through this, but they just don't have the information.
Yeah. If you want, like, what I would try to say, do it. I'm not like a great YouTuber or anything like that, but what I'd say is try to start writing down all this shit that you went through, and like kind of like the order you went through it, and like we can just sit down for like, you know, whatever amount of time, an hour or two, and sit there and just talk and record that talk about what happened with you, and you know, maybe we release it, you know, in 10-minute segments, you know, part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and every week release another video.
That right there would be sweet. Like I said, we can collab on that, and of course I can make my own channel, you make your own channel, but I don't mind of us doing it together. You know what I mean? Listen, because I don't mind. You know, that ain't me. You know, and we can release on the same date, you know, so that way they got it from 2 different channels, and of course, it'll help get the message out there, and then I'm pretty sure hopefully we can get to some of these gun organizations. Because I am signed up with a couple of them, but I ain't gonna lie to you, shit. And I mean, I could be just talking to the wrong people, but don't want to help me.
Yeah. Have you ever talked to?
I can't say they don't want to help me.
Have you ever talked to Firearms Policy Coalition?
Firearms Policy Coalition.
I would say them, Gun Owners of America. And then, have you ever got in touch with? Not that I have any contacts there, but have you ever gotten in touch with Maryland Shall Issue at all?
I'm a member of Maryland Shall Issue, so I remember I will give them a call.
Yeah, because that's their big thing. They do a lot on the legal side.
Yeah, so I did talk to them about my case, and this was before I got my HQL. I told you, I got a lot of information. You can't keep asking these questions, man. I'm going to be on the phone for another 2 hours, all right?
Yeah.
So, listen, like I told you, I'm going to give you the real. I don't lie.
Yep.
You know, so with MSI, that's what we call them, I'm sure issue, they have a lot going on. They're a small organization, and they are wonderful people. You know, I have talked to them. I talked to the lawyers, man. They are excellent what they do, but being though they're so small, and they're trying to, you know, fight the Montgomery case, and, you know, like the SB1 and all that other stuff.
Yep.
They don't, I'm not gonna say they don't got the funds, or the time, but, you know, I mean, like I told you, I don't want to say I'm a nobody, because I am a somebody, but, you know, to try to get that type of help. So what they do is they recommended me to Ed Hershon, right? And I did retain his services. Man, damn, Ryan, why you make me do this, man? I'm like, doing this, but I'm just trying to. Well, all I can do is say the truth, so you can't sue me for telling the truth.
Right.
So I retained Ed Hershon. He handled my OAH hearing in. Hold on, don't hang up. It's just a Virginia number. This might be it either.
Okay.
Or something. Yeah, so that like I said, I got I'm in a few different gun groups. That was one gun group that I called, and they just called me back, gave me 2 lawyers' information, one from DC, one from Maryland. Which one from Maryland, which one DC? I don't know, but they gave me 2 numbers. That is very good. But, so they gave me they recommended Ed Hershon. Now at this point in time, I already found Ed Hershon. I wound up retaining the service. We wound up going to the Office of Administration, because that's, once you get denied, that's who you go to appeal your case. So Ed brought up something, in my opinion, I thought was a good argument, but it wasn't the correct argument. So we lost in the OAH appeal for the HQL. Then Ed got sick, and then we had to reschedule the concealed weapons permit Office Administration hearing. So he sent the email out. Okay, cool. We'll just reschedule it. Let me know. Da 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 da. As time went on, after we lost the OAH, it was hard to get in touch with him. You know, but truth be told, it was hard to get in touch with him beforehand. I always had to call, leave a message, or whatever it was for them to give me a call back. But that's another story. So he wound up going into getting a health sabbatical. I didn't even know what that was. I'm not gonna lie to you, Ryan. I had to Google it, you know, because I was calling, emailing, everything. I'm like, man, what's going on? I'm trying to get the concealed weapons permit case going, you know. Either way it go, boom. They, of course, wind up, because you don't go to you don't go to Office of Administration hearing first with the concealed weapons permit. You go, I think, between the sergeant and the lawyer, whatever. But that never happened because Ed went on a health sabbatical and never heard from him since then. And how long it's been? It's been a while. Shoot, I know I ain't here for all of them from 2023. I know that's a fact. But I don't want to say a date because I don't want to be wrong in just cases, you know, because I'm not slandering his name or anything like that. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm just telling you what happened in my situation, because I told you I went through multiple different lawyers. So he was one of the ones that I paid for the HQL and the CCW. Now, the HQL, when we went and fought at the Office of Administration hearing, we lost. And I think he brought up the wrong argument, because basically we were just arguing how I got the restoration of rights, which is give you the federal law. I think it's 921 or 922 G or something, somewhere around there. I don't know the numbers offhand, but I got it in my email. He was bringing that up, but the thing is on each state, if they want to take, in my particular case, was for Virginia, the restoration of rights from the governor is on each state if they want to take that. Now, if you get a pardon, I think every state has to take that. But if Maryland really want to pardon, that's what they really want, or that's what they need. I don't know. So either way it go, they denied it, and never heard from them again. So then I had to file the paperwork myself. When I told you, file the paperwork in Charles County Circuit Court, Michael Chase versus the state of Maryland. And then that's when I wound up finding Cohen and Harris. But before I found them, I wound up talking to a few other lawyers. And for instance, I told don't get me started, Ryan. I already told you I'm gonna drop names. So I talked to someone, and I could give you dates and proof. Gave them $250 for a consultation on how I lost at the Office of Administration and everything. And then she wanted to come back. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we could fight that case. Okay, so that means now you filed it. Now we got to file a memoranda, you know, in the case. That means we got to do this now. I'm like, yeah, I got 30 days. I got to do this now. Oh, okay, yeah, we can do that. 8,000. I'm like, you know, I'm not criminally charged, right? You know, there's not no murder trial or nothing like that.
Right.
I'm like, you can't work it out with me? You can't do no deal or anything? No. So either way it go, of course I didn't retain them. That was just insanely too much money. I would rather just go to court and fight it myself. So called another lawyer. They told me that the number that they gave, so this particular lawyer, he's a Virginia district attorney, so it was a conflict of interest, being as though he was going to be going to Maryland, arguing Virginia law to Maryland. So he said it was a conflict of interest because I guess he can't go to Maryland and argue Virginia law when technically he is the law because he's a district attorney. But
yeah,
he told me that he even charged $775 an hour. So 8,000 sounded good. I should pay them.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Man, I'm not gonna lie to you, Ryan. This particular guy, how he was talking, I think I would have had to scrape up that 8,000. I ain't gonna lie, because he was talking real good. He wound up bringing up different things that never even crossed my mind to bring up in court. But he couldn't take it. So that's when I wanted to find Cohan and Harrison. And when I found them, rest is history.
Yeah.
It looks like Ryan, this that organization calling back.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, I'll catch you later, man.